You guys can see that this is completely rusted out, and this is where it actually busted. This is supposed to be joined like this. This is completely rotted through. What's up guys, DIY Salvage Guy here, and on this channel, we just learn as we go. Today's episode, we are going to be getting the truck back up and running. We've realized that we had a brake line explode, so we're gonna be changing that out. I'll show you guys what we gotta do. It should be really quick and really simple. I can do this by myself, and it should be something that you guys can do as well. So, we have our brake line. This is what actually comes out of the master cylinder and the ABS booster. So this is the actual item that we're going to be replacing. I'll show you guys that. We have our brake fluid to replace, and we also have our self-bleeder vacuum from Harbor Freight. So we'll be using this. I'll show you guys how to use this as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. You guys learn alongside me. You guys learn as you go. Make sure you guys subscribe, like. Thank you guys for being here. So there's a couple items we needed to remove. The brake line and where it actually broke, it sits right down here. You guys can see that this is completely rusted out, and this is where it actually busted. So this is the brake line that we're gonna have to remove. And you can see that it comes up right here and connects right in here. So this is what we're gonna be taking out. In order to get to that, we had to remove the air box and this little bracket, and you got easy access to it right down there. So what we're gonna be doing is removing it from here, and we'll follow the line down and we'll remove it from the other side as well. At the back end, we will replace it, and then we'll bleed the brake system and replace the fluid, and we'll be good. So first thing we're gonna do is remove this. We wanna be gentle with this right here because this has been on here probably for 20 years and we don't wanna strip it. So we're gonna be gentle as we remove this. It wasn't supposed to rain for another 3 hours, and it starts raining now. So I'm just gonna turn this. It's a little tight, so we got it off though. So we'll leave that, and we'll go under the truck. So right here is the other side of the brake line that we have to remove. So we're gonna take that off as well. So I just want to show you guys how I know that this was the problem. Obviously, this is completely busted. This is supposed to be joined like this. This is completely rotted through, as you guys can tell. And what we have here is a brand new one. So we're gonna put this on. Now, one thing to note is that there's these little couplings that connect everything. So you gotta make sure that you put these back on. This was on the actual car already, and I didn't know that, so it took me a little bit to figure out. But this is gonna screw right on here, and we're gonna get a nice tight seal. So this is how we're going to connect this new brake line to the old brake line, and we're going to make sure that everything fits nice and snug the way that it should. All right guys, so we got this connected back up. It was a little difficult to do, but we got it connected, and so we have the brand new brake line connected to it. So our brake system should be sealed again, and what we need to do now is bleed the brakes. All right guys, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be using this brake bleeder kit. And when you're bleeding a brake system, you always want to go furthest from the master cylinder. So we need to bleed the entire system because we opened up the brake line because we had that brake that you guys saw. So what that means is we need to go passenger side rear, driver side rear, and we're going to do passenger side front to driver side front. What that does is it purges all the air from the furthest distance. That way when you get closer, you don't have any air left in there. So what we're going to do now is we are going to fill up our reservoir here to the top to make sure that we don't let any air in. Because when we draw it out with the vacuum, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be drawing out the bad brake fluid in addition to any air bubbles that are in there now. And when we do that, it's going to draw down the brake fluid from here. So we also need to make sure that this stays filled. So we're going to have to check this every once in a while to make sure that this is where it needs to be. But right now, we're going to start by taking this out and filling it up. So the reservoir is completely filled now. We're gonna have to monitor it. We want to make sure that we cover it back up so that nothing gets in there. And we're gonna head to the back of the vehicle in order to start the bleeding procedures.